Hey guys, what's going on? Dusty here from All Around Performance doing a walkthrough video on one of our motorcycles we have in stock here. This is a QJMOTOR SRK400. Also available in a 700 as well. You check a look at the website there and we've got the same, almost exact same machine here in a 700. A lot more features on that one. You'll see a walkthrough video on that one some other time. But today we're just talking about the 400cc. I'm going to walk you through all the features on this bike, show you some super cool things that not a lot of people know about. So we're going to start right off here going through this bike. Uh, let's go. There's lots to talk about. So actually, let's start right here on the handlebars. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to run you all the way across the handlebars and show you all the features that you got. So start right off with here, real fancy key. Once again, you push the button and it swings out like this, okay? Ignition, you put it down in there. Also has got a ignition lock, a handlebar lock on it, so you can lock the handlebars. Pretty typical on most motorcycles. You turn the key on, you got a digital dash here. The digital dash shows you pretty much everything you need to know. You noticed up here across the top, you got your temperature lights, you got your ABS light on. Right there's where your check engine light's going to be, your temperature lights, your warning lights, your brake light, all that stuff. Over here on the left side, you notice that this thing is flashing. This right here is where your temperature is going to be. Your gear position tells you what gear you're in. Your time, your miles per hour or kilometer, depending on where you are. Your fuel. And then this right here is just another gauge. Now you notice right here that it's got total miles. This is a brand new bike. You can actually select through here trip 1, trip B, and then you've got total overall miles on this. So you notice right here on this left-hand side, this right here is how I'm able to rotate through that digital dash. That's by pushing the select button. Now you notice here when I hit this enter button, if you look back at the dash, when I hit this enter button, it takes you into the back end of this dash where you can look at the interface. You can change the different colors on the interface. You can make it white or you can make it black depending on if it's night or daylight. And with the interface, you'll also notice that it's got a setup feature on it. I wish I can get there a little quicker. Let me go all the way up here. You notice here that you can switch between light and dark, but I like to just leave it on auto. That way at night it's bright and at daytime vice versa. So we're going to leave it on dark. So that's what it looks like on dark. That's kind of cool too. So I'm actually going to leave it on auto. That way the next customer doesn't have to deal with trying to figure that out. Okay. So back to that feature here. You notice you can adjust your clock. You can adjust. There's that. So then you can adjust the clock. Right here, you can adjust the brightness of this instrument cluster. The unit, which is going to give you your miles, your hours, information about the machine. The mobile Bluetooth, this is where you can hook up your phone to that. And then right below that, you've got TPMS. That's going to be a factory setting, and then obviously exit. So on here on the left-hand side, you'll notice that you've got your headlights, high beam and low beam. You've got your turning signals from left to right. You have to push that in to reset it. Right here is going to be your horn. The right-hand side, this is going to be your kill button. This right here is how you shut the bike off while you're riding it. This is going to be a four-way hazard. You'll notice here on the digital dash that the four ways are blinking with that on. And then obviously you've got your start button. Both handlebars have got fully adjustable settings on them, so you can control how far away the lever is from the handlebar. So if you have small hands, you just adjust that to like a 1. And as you got bigger fingers, you adjust that to a 4. So right here down the front of the bike, it's a great place to do this. You notice it's got 2 mirrors. It's got your blinkers. Let's throw on some 4-ways so you can see what them look like right away. Okay. So then you've got the LED lights, front fender, the front wheel setup. If you notice here on the side, the front wheel. All right, so right down here on the front wheel, you notice it's got brake rotors on both sides, set up with 4-piston dual disc, 4-piston for each side. It is set up with ABS brakes for front and rear wheel, so that way in case your rear slips, it actually will put more traction to the front, vice versa. As we work our way around this side of the bike, you can see here that it does have 2 exhaust pipes. It is going to be a twin-cylinder, inline twin-cylinder, liquid-cooled overhead valve engine. Right here is where you can check your oil. When this bike is sitting in the vertical position is when the best time you want to check that oil. You want to make sure that you start the bike and let it shut off before you check that. Your suspension here, you notice right here, it's got all sorts of adjustments on it. In the owner's manual, when you get the bike, it will teach you how to set the bike up for rider seat height and sag. It's actually going to control how far off the ground this is and making sure that the suspension is going to be plush for you. You notice here it's got a top. It's got this threads has got two nuts. It's got the top one, which is a lock ring, and the bottom one is how you adjust the tension on this spring for it, whether or not you are a little bit lighter or a little bit on the opposite side. That was a polite way of saying that. All right, so right here, you notice you got your rear brake reservoir. Behind here, there is going to be an adjustment rod to control how far up or down your brake lever is. So to adjust, once you get your bike home and you feel that this lever is too far away or too far close, you can loosen this Allen, you can rotate this knob completely around to make it closer or further away. And then if you feel that it's too high or too low, back here behind this setup is going to be where you can adjust the height of the brake lever. What we're going to do is let's run right to the other side of this bike. And I want to show you the same exact thing on this side for the shifter. The shifter is also adjustable with how high and how low it is. You can see by this silver shaft that's here. You just loosen this nut on both sides, rotate the shaft, and it will allow the shifter to come up or down. Also right here, this has an off camber. Good enough. You loosen this Allen, you can rotate this around to control how high or how low you want this to be, or closer or further away from the foot pegs. It is equipped with a super nice oversized rear passenger seat with a passenger grab handle here. And obviously it has the foot pegs for them as well. Around the back of the bike, coming in front of you, around the back of the bike, you notice that they put the whole back end of the bike mounted right here on this arm. This is where you're going to mount your license plate. It will have a light, and obviously it has reflectors, including turning signals. All right, now I want to show you this gas tank. It's got a pretty good sized gas tank on it. Strongly recommend running the highest octane fuel you can in here. You put the key in. When you rotate this, this pulls up. Super cool setup. I did find out that when you push this down, if you push down hard enough, it does relock itself. That was a blooper video the other day. All right, so right here, what I want to do is go underneath the seats to show you what's going on underneath the seats. So on this side, you notice it's got this cool thing. When you put that in and you rotate this, this rear seat comes off. Okay? Nothing in there. Super cool. All right, but there's going to be two. I already took these out, but you notice he's got these Torx style bolts that are in here. There's two Torx screws that are in here. I've already removed these just so I can show you. You pull this cover out. You notice that this cover's got these two slots in it so that you can push them down into a hole. Now, the seat is also held in with two Torx style screws. I've also already removed those just for this video because I knew we were going to be doing this today. Underneath here, I wanted to show you guys what you're going to get yourself into in this bike. So underneath here is going to be obviously your battery. And your battery, when you hook it in here, has got this mount that goes over everything, keeps that battery nice and tight. So sitting right here and chilling out is going to be your fuses. When you remove this cover, you just pull this tab back. This right here is going to be where your fuses are. These are going to be your main fuses. So the 25 is going to be your main fuse, and you'll find that 15 is normally a lighting circuit or something more along the accessory circuit. So that's where your fuses are going to be. These are pretty much all your controllers and modules, your ECM, turning signal relays. Up in here is your Delphi for the fuel injection system. Now, underneath this piece of rubber right here, if you pull this piece of rubber back, you can kind of see a glimpse of some relays. This right here is where all your relays are for the operations of this bike. Not going to pull it off because it's kind of self-explanatory. All right, guys, so I appreciate you watching. Real quick overview on this video. If you feel that there's something I missed or you guys have questions on this bike or there's something that I didn't quite cover that you want a little bit more detail on, feel free to comment here. Feel free to reach right out to our store. This machine is going to be a machine that we do offer financing on. We do offer trade-ins. So stop on down, take a look at the website, look at our YouTube channel. We've got a lot more videos just like this one on all the models that we have in stock. Check out our videos. Check out the website, allaroundperformance.com, and you'll get more information there. Thanks for watching.